Today we're doing a mock test with Leah. Leah, how many lessons have you had with me?
About 15.
15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 hours. Yeah, she's had about 15 hours. She has practiced with her mum, haven't you? Quite a bit with her mum. And she did have an instructor previous. But she's going to do our first mock test today. Have you any questions before we start, Leah?
No.
You sure? Would you like me to tell you a little bit about it?
Yeah.
30 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic. Taking in various traffic and road conditions. One manoeuvre you practice with your trainer. Possibly the control stop. We have done that, haven't we?
Yeah.
And you will be driving the independent by way of sat-nav signs for approximately 20 minutes.
Right.
Okay, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Throughout the drive, I'd like to follow the road ahead at all times, unless you're directed by signs and markings. Or I'll ask you to tell me so we'll do some good time. Do you understand that? Right, first question before we go. Could you tell me how you check your power steering's work before starting the journey?
Becomes light and responsive.
When you start it?
Yeah.
Right, if you put that window up, I'll put that aircon on. Right, if you just make your way out the test centre and just well, turn out, go out there and turn left. Turn left. And at the end of the road we're turning right. First minor fault for Leah, she puts the signal on too early. At the end of the road we turn right, but there's a side road before that. Now learners are not very good for looking at the timing of the signal. So once you've looked in mirrors, you've then got to look down the right hand side to see if there's any side roads before the end of the road. And if there is, then signal when you get level with it. Dead easy to do, but it's a common fault from learner drivers. Show me how you clean the front window using the washers and wipers. Front window. Got there in the end. Minor error number 2 for Leah. There's a parked car in front and she doesn't check her mirrors to move past the parked car. Now you've got to look in your mirrors because there might be somebody overtaken. And it'll probably be on your driving test. As soon as you see a parked car, check your middle right door mirror and watch for other vehicles overtaking you. At the end of the road, turn right. Leah, when you stop and the pause becomes a wait, apply the parking brake, pivot to the gas but don't use it, and then when you're ready to go, start preparing the car. Examiners don't like you to sit on the brake light, so you should be applying this parking brake when a pause becomes a wait. Leah does really well with this junction. It's quite busy, so she just chills and waits for a gap. Most learners would panic when there's no gap appearing, and then they would just pull out when there isn't a gap there. So well done, Leah. but if you take the next immediate left, and take the next road to the right, and then can you drive it forward into a bay on the left or right hand side? It's up to you.
Yeah.
You can turn left and pick one of these here, or you can turn into one of those. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Am I allowed to have a look? Or...
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy with that? Right, thank you. Yeah, good. And just back it out to the left. Leah records no minor errors with driving into a bay. She gets into the bay in between the white lines, looks all around the car and reverses out. So this is good work from Leah. And at the end of the road, turn left. At the end of the road, turn left. Really close to the next parked car, but leave enough room to move off. Park the car left. Driver fault number 3 for Leah. She doesn't check her mirrors to pull up alongside the vehicle in front. She puts the signal on, but she needs to look in mirrors first to see what's happening behind. There could be somebody driving really close. So in that case, you would feather the brakes just to show them that you're going to slow down and put the signal on. Just pull up really close. Just here, that'll do. Don't get any closer. Thank you, and then you drive on when you're ready. Driver fault number 4 for Leah. She should start from the left mirror, middle mirror, right door mirror, and check over the right shoulder. She just starts looking in the right door mirror. The minor fault is for not looking over the right shoulder. It could have been a serious fault had there been somebody crossing the road, or a cyclist, or a motorbike, or anything in the blind spot area. Leah, when moving off from the side of the road and you can't go anywhere because a vehicle's overtaking you, do not put the signal on for right. This confuzzles other road users. Now, the guy behind's flashed you out, so you're getting away with this, but I've seen people react, suddenly jump on the brakes because they think the learner's pulling off from the side of the road. So don't put the signal on until you're ready to go, and if you don't need it, don't put it on. But as a guideline, if that signal's going to confuzzle somebody, don't put it on. Can you pull up the convenient place on the left? Minor error number 5 for Lee. She pulls up too close to this garage on the left hand side. Lee, you need to pull at least 10 metres back from these side roads because it helps other drivers get a better view when emerging out of the junction. So you should have just pulled up a couple of car lengths earlier. Thank you, and then drive on when you feel ready. Minor fault number 6 for Leah. She doesn't look over her right shoulder again. So if you do this one more time, Leah, then it's an instant fail on the driving test. You've got to look over your right shoulder to see if it's safe to move off. Minor fault number 7 for Leah. There's no mirror checks on approach this roundabout. We've got a blue car close behind. You could be driving right up behind us. You don't know. So you've got to look in that middle mirror to check the following traffic. Leah, I don't know what you're doing here. When you leave a roundabout, you know you've got to leave in the left lane. Why on earth you've gone to the right lane, I do not know. I really haven't got a clue. You'll have to explain that one to me the next time I see you. I've given you a minor fault here for leaving in the right lane. You should have been leaving in the left lane. Now, what you do is you go up to the junction and decide that you need to go back to the left. So you do check your mirrors, you get a signal and move back to the left lane. So you've done it safely, so I've not recorded it. This is a serious fault. But Leah, when you leave a roundabout, will you please leave in the left lane unless somebody's blocking you or cutting you up or anything like that? Start of Independent Drive. I'm going to follow the signs for Newcastle. I will change them, but I'll tell you in plenty of time. Okay, so we're looking for signs for Newcastle. In your own time when you're ready. First serious fault for Leah, just not looking over her right shoulder, just not moving off safely at all. So it's becoming a habitual fault, so it's her first serious fault for moving off safely. This is better work from Leah. I repeat the information that we're following the signs for Newcastle. So straight away she's looking in the middle left door mirror and then she starts looking for the timing of the signal. So this is better work from you, Leah, so well done. Minor error number 9 for Leah. She approaches this junction far too fast. Now, Leah, if you look in front of you, you've got a green light, but that's a pedestrian crossing. That will always be on green unless somebody presses that button. So a lot of learners fail here because they think they can go straight out onto the junction, but you can't. When you get past the pedestrian crossing, you've then got to give way triangle and give way line. So you have to give way to the right. So be very, very careful here. Safe mirror work from Leah. She checks what's behind, she spots the sign and realises where she's going and checks the mirror. So this is good work, Leah. Speed on approach to the roundabout is excellent. No heavy braking. She's looking early, sees the gap and drives straight onto the roundabouts. This is more like it, Leah. Just keep this up. Leah does good work here. She's approaching the roundabout. When you approach the roundabout, you're going straight ahead. You have to look for road markings. Learners, do not do this. Leah spots the markings and sees that she needs the right lane. Now, had she gone in the left lane, I would have expected her not to go straight ahead and just turn left, and I would have redirected her. However, she sees the markings and picks the right lane, so this is good work from Leah. I like this from Leah. She realises on the national speed limit road, she has a mirror check, and then she starts to accelerate and make good progress along this road. Learner drives would come along here, driving like Miss Daisy, 30 miles an hour, and record a serious fault for driving at an appropriate speed. So Leah, this is well done. All good work on this roundabout from Leah. She approaches at a nice smooth pace. She sees the bus come around in the right lane. It can be a very difficult roundabout to emerge onto this one. She goes round in the right lane. Timing of the mirror signal manoeuvre when leaving the roundabout is excellent. So again, good work from Leah. More good driving skills from Leah. I don't give instruction at the mini roundabout. She spots it nice and early and deals with it well. Learner drivers, honestly, they don't see mini roundabouts. They just drive straight through them. So more good work from Leah. Driver fault number 10 for Leah. It's response to the 20 signs. You can see the 20 signs, and Leah goes through here at 25, so she reacts a little bit late, but she does get it back down to the 20. If you follow the signs for Durham. Minor error at number 11 for Leah. She should be indicating to leave the roundabout. Remember, learners, signal to leave roundabouts helps other road users get onto the roundabout, so you're keeping the traffic moving. That completes independent drive at the roundabout, returning left. More good driving skills from Leah here. This is a very, very difficult roundabout to emerge onto because they come flying round this roundabout. But Leah deals with this really well. All directly back from me. Now at the roundabout, follow the road ahead. It's the second exit. More good driving skills from Leah. As she approaches this roundabout, she uses the mirrors and she keeps left all the way around. Lots of learners straight line this roundabout and get a serious fall, but Leah's position is perfect and she even mirrors and signals to leave the roundabout. So more good work from Leah. Roundabout, turn right. It's the third exit for Durham City Centre. Leah, this roundabout, you use the right lane to turn right. You've done nothing wrong, but it's much easier to come round in the left lane. Now, the reason you can use the left lane is because you've got this little sign on the right-hand side, and it says if you're going in towards Durham, you can choose either lane. Now, you know when you've got the choice of lanes to get to your destination, I tell you to pick the left lane. But this sign's very hard to see. The councillor put it in a crappy place. So, done nothing wrong, but if you come this way on your test, I would be using the left lane all day long. Leah, you've got me beat here. You do everything right. You leave the roundabout in the left lane. And then you ask me the question, say, am I in the wrong lane? How can you be in the wrong lane? I need you to keep to the left at all times unless road markings or signs tell you otherwise or you're overtaken. Otherwise, keep left. Now, when you leave a roundabout, if you've got two lanes clear, will you leave in the left lane? You're not supposed to leave in the right lane. You've got to leave in the left lane.
Man's wrong lane.
Minor error number 12 for Leah. She leaves it very late to move over to the right lane. You can see the signs telling you that the left lane's blocked, so she should be doing this a lot earlier. In the roundabout, turning right, it's the third exit. Leah's asked to turn right, third exit. So when you lot turn right at roundabouts, you need to count the exits as you go around so you don't get lost, because it's very easy to get lost on these roundabouts. So if you look in the picture, straight ahead where them buses is, that's the second exit. So you should be looking in the left door now, Leah. Signal when you get level with that junction. But what you do is you go around the roundabout and then try to go through a red light. So I have to duel you. So the examiner would mark this as a serious fault, and he would mark down that he's took physical action by using the dual controls. It's on red light. Leah, I know which roundabout you're doing on your next driving lesson. At the roundabout, turn right, it's the fourth exit. The third one is not an exit, but class it as a fourth. Turning right. Traffic lights are turning right. Another serious fault for Leah. She tries to go through the amber light. Remember, amber means stop unless you're so close that if you did stop could cause an accident, or you've already crossed the white lines. Now, Leah, you had plenty of time to stop the car just before the advanced stop line for the cyclists. The examiner would not record this one again because you've already committed a serious fault. Stop. It's on red again. Where are you going to stop up there?
It only changed at the last minute.
Yeah, but what does amber mean?
Stop.
We talked about that
Everybody
earlier,
stop.
didn't we? Instruction is go straight ahead. Serious fault number 4 for Leah. Leah, what does green mean? You're going straight ahead at traffic lights. You don't stop for anybody unless they're going to pull out in front of you. So if you could explain this to me, how can you try and go through red and amber light yet stop on a green? I'm going to put this down to nerves today, but we need to sort this traffic light work out. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Minor error number 13 for Leah. This is a 30 mile per hour road and she gets up to 35 miles per hour and then realises and then gets back down to 30. Leah, when you're going downhill and you get to that 30, get your foot on the brake. Lots of learners just let it speed. As soon as you get to 30, get that brake on and control the speed of the car all the way down the hill, because this car soon picks up speed when you're going downhill. Main road, the left hand industrial estate. Normally you would go back into the test centre, but we're just going to continue down. Just continue forward ahead. Left. A little bit further forward. That'll do. Right. How do you think that went then?
Alright, not the best.
Not the best. Where do you think you failed at then?
On the roundabout.
What happened on the roundabout?
I went in the stay clear bit in Durham.
The keep clear bit?
Mhm.
No, that was fine. You went through the red light and when I had a jeweler in Durham.
Mhm.
And then the next set of lights, you said, oh, well, it's just, what did you say? It just changed. Can you remember
Yeah.
the next set? Right. Can you remember driving to the test centre? The lights just changed, and what did you do?
Stopped.
And I says, well done with that, because
Mhm.
if you've gone through there, I says, you get a serious fault. So you stopped.
Yeah.
I said, well done. Look, you've just done the same again.
I know.
But you went straight through the red light. Blind spots is a serious fault. You're not looking over your shoulder. You've got to look over your shoulder before you move off. So there was no blind spot checks. The red light you try to go through, I get where you come from there, but when I should turn right at the roundabout third exit, where did you go?
Straight on.
No, you went fourth exit, so we went back round the roundabout, but the light had changed to red, so I could get that because there was a lot of stuff going on there. But the other second red light, what made you want to go through for?
I don't know.
Because you could have stopped, couldn't you? And you just done that before the lesson. I thought, well done with that. And then we come to a set of green lights, and you were going to stop in the middle. I said, keep going, keep going. Can you remember that?
Yeah.
Why do you think I told you to keep going for? What were you going to stop for?
Green.
Well, why were you going to stop?
I don't know.
Don't know. That's a learner's favourite saying that. I don't know. Right, we come to the traffic lights. Yeah, I think you're going to stop because of the van that was turning right here. But if you're going straight ahead at lights and they're on green, what are you expected to do?
Go.
You don't give way to anybody, do you?
No.
So how can you explain how you want to stop on a green?
I think it was because of these yellow markings. I didn't know whether you were...
Right, yellow box, yellow
through
markings, we've covered these, but if your exit road's clear, you can drive straight through them, can't you? And our exit road is clear. So you can stop in them if you turn right, but you can't stop in them if you're going straight ahead. You could go straight through there. So you were trying to go on red and then stop on green. How do you explain that one?
I don't know.
Right, mirror work also. Your mirrors is letting you down. You need to improve on your mirrors a lot more.
Yeah.
And your blind spots, okay? You need to look over your shoulder before you move it off. And you know when you leave a roundabout, when you leave a roundabout, which lane do you leave in?
The left.
Put that window back up. So we left a roundabout in the left lane, and you said to me, "Am I in the wrong lane?" What made you think that? And then there was another roundabout. You went straight ahead, and then you left in the right lane to turn right, and then you realised you need to check your mirrors and come back over to the left. What was going through the brain there?
Because I thought that was the roundabout where you had the one that we did before, and you have to go up and get the left after you. Do you know which one I'm on about?
No, which one's that?
I can't remember where it's at.
Right, but when you come to a roundabout, if you leave a roundabout, you've got two lanes clear. You've got left lane. You expect to leave in which lane? Then left. Good. Have you any questions before I turn that off?
No.
Are you sure? Right, go on off you go when you're ready then. How am I going to explain all that? Start your car. Were you nervous?
Yeah.
Were you? It's not very nice, is it?
I know.
Get that blind spot again.
I did. I
know, yeah, I know. I watch you. Oh dear, we've got some work to do, haven't we?
That was because I was nervous.
Now at the end of the road, turn left. That's it. So it's mirrors straight away, isn't it?